Hi everyone, this is Roxas1359 doing post-commentary for BioShock 2. Last time we finished up Ryan Amusements and defeated the Big Sister, getting ourselves the Incinerate Plasmid and managing to complete this area with all collectibles. Now remember, while we're moving on, you must get everything in this area because you cannot backtrack. So, without further ado, I'm a conductor. Choo-choo. It's like that ride in Disneyland, only without the drunk beer garden. And welcome now to Pauper's Drop, home of people that are friendly, kind, and the Incredible Hulk.
Attention. Subject Delta is now trapped in Pauper's Drop. All railcar travel is suspended until he is found. Remember, the enemy is alone. We are the family.
Oh, god damn it.
Lab's trying to box us in, kid. This is a goddamn citywide lockdown. To keep the train moving, you need the security override key from the local governor, Grace Holloway. She kicked me out of my own hotel down here, the Sinclair Deluxe. Find her and get that key.
Okay. So yes, welcome to Pauper's Drop, where our mission is just to get this car started again. You're going to notice that's a running theme in this game, believe it or not. But anyway, what are the collectibles for Pauper's Drop? Pauper's Drop has 21 audio diaries, actually. Only one is of Andrew Ryan and the, of course, the Mark Meltzer one, so those are the only ones I'm going to be showing. We also have 3 Power to the People stations. We have 5 tonics with a new plasmid being counted in the list, and we have 2 little sisters to deal with. So believe me, when it comes to new weaponry, we're going to be getting 2 new weapons for our weapon wheel here in due time. So why am I doing post-commentary for this? The reason why I'm doing post-commentary for this is, if you haven't seen the video in which pretty much Pauper's Drop completely and utterly screwed me over, now on to the 4th time, then I recommend seeing that. So, first things first, we need to obviously hack our way into Pauper's Drop. So, hack. So, now that that's done, when it comes to the Big Daddies, what Big Daddies are we going to be dealing with? Well, we got Rosies, actually. And believe it or not, this is the only area in the game in which we're going to be seeing Rosies. In fact, there are no elite Rosies in this game at all, which was rather surprising to me. Believe it or not, it's kind of odd that there isn't. But, let's grab some rivets right here, because it's always fun to do that. And, I wonder what's over there. Stop telling me to swap out plasmids. All hail the little girl. We don't want to interrupt the sermon. And just a little bit more. Don't worry, the sermon's almost done. And I say it's over now. So, we got a bunch of thuggish splicers. Nothing we haven't dealt with before. Of course, me, being the idiot I am, decide I'm going to beat them down. So, it's a bit weird doing post-commentary for BioShock 2, believe me. I was debating on whether to, re-record this for a 4th time, but then I decided no. So, pretty much for Pauper's Drop, we're going to be having to deal with quite a few things. And we're going to be finding quite a few things in there, and we're going to get some new things opened up to us. So many things in Pauper's Drop. But, grab that and open the briefcase. Nothing there. Search the corpse. That's always nice. And, ooh, I see rivets. Which is weird, because they expect you to use telekinesis here to end up grabbing the bandages, but you don't need it. And I already have enough heavy rivets, so grab those. And, oh god, the Incredible Hulk is pissed. And British. Welcome to the fishbowl.
I remember you, monster. You stole Eleanor from me. Twisted that baby girl into a thing so sick it can't even die. And now you come swanning into my neighborhood looking for me. Wrong turn, Tin Daddy. When we hang you from a street light and you choking out your last, I want you to remember my face.
A few things wrong with that. 1, I'm not made of tin. 2, I don't know your face that well. 3. Good luck finding something to keep me suspended for that long. In the meantime, grabbing everything right here. I find that I usually spend a lot of time whenever I'm inside Pauper's Drop in this main area right here, because there's actually quite a few things around here. We'd actually get one of the first tonics here, as well as a new weapon and a couple of audio diaries. So, how should I be describing this? Pretty much for this first episode, I'm going to be, dealing with side stuff and setting up. So, instead of using a door, because there is a door in the back of the fishbowl that you can use, I want to jump through the window. Normally, in the other playthroughs I had done, I jumped through the window just fine, because, it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I think I end up just chickening out and going through the door in this one. And seriously, what's with all the dead Rosie? What's with all the big daddies that are dead? Oh, I see you. I want your turrets, my good man. So do a little bit of a headshot. Pop. And as you can see, even with a heavy rivet, we don't have enough damage to deal with that. But since that person's out, we have that. And we can hear the first of the little sisters here dealing with the Rosies. Rosies are particularly weak in this game, actually. You can take one out very easily if you have full fuel in your drill, actually. You can actually end up, taking them out quite easily. But in the meantime, let's hack this right here. Listen to that. Listen to that groan. That amazing groan of the Rosie. The really underused Rosie in this game. I still find it odd that there's no elite Rosies in this game. They were in the last game, albeit they look stupid, but oh well. Anyway, go inside here and you'll get your first audio diary. Ryan versus Lamb. Pretty much, this is about religious rights. Andrew Ryan saying how pretty much he built Rapture without God and in need of God, while Sophia Lamb corrects him and pretty much says that he's worshipping Anne Ryan as if she were a god. Hell, this entire city is her wet dream. What do I know? So, anyway, before going to get that new weapon, because I keep on skirting around that, let's go up here and watch out because there's a turret on the side. Quickly shock it. And hack it, because this thing will become your friend later on. Especially in this recording session, it became my friend. So grab the fuel and everything. And go over this way. And we will find another audio diary. And our first tonic. So, Better Times with Lamb. This is by Grace Holloway, saying how things have gotten a bit better now that Sophia Lamb is down here. And that noise right there was something that I got excited for. But first things first, before I explain it, let's grab Hacker's Delight. So, grab it now, please. So, you'll run out of tonic slots and will have to store or replace a tonic. Stored tonics can be re-equipped at a gene bank. You can buy more tonic slots with Adam at a gatherer's garden. Pretty much that's what I'm going to be doing in this game. I'm going to be maxing out on those because they are very good. But, new tonic, Hacker's Delight. With Hacker's Delight, your body converts the altered current from a hacked machine into a powerful healing agent. Hack and heal. So pretty much every time you hack something, you end up healing it. I replaced Booze Hound with it because in all honesty, I used Booze Hound in my practice file because I just found it funny to get pissed drunk and then I managed to heal myself with the beer. But sadly, it didn't work out too well in this one, so I decided not to. And I see that person right there, so let's see if they go after my turret. I don't believe they do because I think they're smart enough. Also because I decided I want to shoot them. Because, I'm lazy. There we go. So, you might notice that these floors are flimsy here. I wonder if they lead to something scripted or not. Wink, 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 nudge, nudge. Now that Big Daddy that's right there, I'm going to be dealing with probably in the next episode, actually, if I am remembering correctly. So don't worry, no Big Daddy goes unmurdered in this place. In fact, actually, I ended up using this place to grind Big Daddies a lot because Rosies are by far the weakest Big Daddies in this game. They have weak melee attacks, and their best bets are offense when it comes to long range with the rivet gun and the occasional mines they'll throw, which is a very rarity. In fact, I think that only happens to me twice that they throw mines. In the meantime, I'm just looting the corpses with my oodles of cash, as you can see. So this corpse right here is a gatherer's corpse that we're going to have to deal with once we get a, little sister with us. But for right now, I think I was at this point debating on whether I wanted to take out that Big Daddy, but I pretty much said, you know what, no. So, let's jump through the window because screw doors. I said, let's jump through the window. Oh, come on, I'm 7-1. How can I not jump through a window? Come on. God damn it. Why can't I jump? It's this armor, isn't it? I'll just take it off. I'm not grafted to the suit or anything. It's true, you're actually not grafted to the suit unlike other Big Daddies, but I decided to take the lame route and take the door. Now watch out when you come inside here, because once we grab this new weapon that's going to be for us, it's going to trigger a couple of enemies to spawn, and by a couple, I mean a lot. So, first lose the cash register, and go into the corner right here, where this poor slob shot his brains out to get our first shotgun of the game. Shotgun's pretty much the same as the last game, only there are a few different ammunition types in this game. But we actually won't be getting them until, at earliest, 2 levels from now. So, yeah. The shotgun is something I don't really use inside this game that much. It's not really that powerful. Even when you upgrade it, I just don't find it that useful. When you get its 3rd upgrade, it gets a Tesla coil on it, which allows you to basically, you know, shock enemies easily. But, oh well. I think I'm going to be using the power of the people stations here for some other weapons. Maybe the rivet gun, which I keep using, and man, I don't have any rivets at all. So, pretty much when you come inside here, it will trigger that door to open as well, because they'll blow it open themselves, because, you know, screw actually jumping through the windows that are broken. And believe it or not, those windows you can actually break. Those windows are breakable. You can break the glass anytime you want. So, now that we have the shotgun, we can use different types of bucks. It holds up to 24 ammunition and 2 shots per round, but it's just not that useful. So, I'm going to do a little bit of a sequence breaking here. We're supposed to go to the Sinclair Deluxe, but if you go over here, we're actually going to be dealing with one of those big guys. So what I recommend is getting quite a bit of rivets. I also recommend taking out telekinesis whenever taking these guys out, because believe me, they like to throw shit. So, first things first, before we even start it, see that little health station over there? We should hack it. Call it a hunch. So, 1, 2, 3. And that takes care of that. So, once you get a little bit closer, after I change this, drill works really well against these enemies because it can stun lock them very well, but I don't think I decided to do that. And I wanted to get this security bot out of the way, but unfortunately it didn't work too well. Get close enough, and
Practically swimming in sand.
there's one of the big guys. And watch as I throw this, completely hit my turret. So pretty much, these guys love to throw things. So meet the Brute Splicers, a new type of Splicer enemy that was added into BioShock 2. And I ended up grabbing a health kit, of all things. Might as well. So these guys love to throw things at you. Originally in development, actually, these guys were supposed to rip things out of the ground to throw them at you. However, the development team for BioShock 2 figured, you know, that's a little bit too unrealistic. Meanwhile, you know, the thing underwater is not. So once you get him to down at least half health, he will pound on a wall over there. If you actually go to see it, he's actually revealing a Vita chamber for you. And I believe there are a few splicers that are trapped in that room. So he's going to keep on coming towards you. And he has a charge attack when he gets close. The Brute Splicers, compared to other Splicers, have the most health. They are pretty much the Big Daddy equivalent of a regular Splicer. So, I think I should take out the shotgun, and let's show him. See, didn't even take out that guy. Point blank range, and I even shot him. Meanwhile, there's actually there's a Big Daddy with a little sister spawning right behind me. If I was any closer, I would have triggered it. Now, Brute Splicers usually end up containing a health kit on them, just like how before, and that was me debating, ooh, should I take them out yet? Nah, I'll do it later. So, I said I was sequence breaking in this part a little bit. That's because we have to come to this area later on, and I just decided, you know what? I want to get it out of the way. So, here's the Vita chamber that was revealed once the Brute Splicer decided to throw his temper tantrum on the wall. That's the only thing I can think of. But, this right here is another corpse for a gather, so keep that in mind for later. Grab some anti-personnel rounds. And here we have another audio diary. This one is the end of the line. This is describing for Preston Mills' journey into Pauper's Drop, which pretty much is considered the end of the line. Pauper's Drop was constructed originally when the Atlantic Express was being constructed. Unfortunately, though, no one was meant to live here long term. That being said, when you're in Rapture and you're out of money, you don't really have that many options. And I guess Fontaine's Home for the Poor got too full. So in the meantime, let us hack this thing. Aren't you going to go and hack that, me? Oh, I guess past me is being stupid. No, I think this is me just... Yeah, this is just me being stupid. Now go and hack that. Good, past me. I talk as if he can hear me right now. It's like the little voice in my head, or the fact that I should have been doing this a while ago. Oh well, nonetheless, our goal is to get into that building right there, the King's Pawn, and to get through there, we're going to have to use this keypad code, which luckily has the code right here. You know, the point of changing a code constantly is to hide the code. You don't even have to fully listen to it. You can just start the audio diary and then, boom, get it.
Expect? You keep enough drug stash in this clinic to splice up a rhinoceros. Of course every poor soul in the drop's gonna start beating down your door. It's my job to think up a new key code to keep them out. Seems like every other day now. Nuts. I'll mull it over for a while at the fishbowl diner.
And something tells me that Tobas Rifter was that person we found dead, and way to be a dick, person. You don't need to do that, that's mean. I mean, you even set yourself on fire. And now you're dead. What did that accomplish for you? Nothing. You lost your life. So in the meantime, let's hack this right here. So, 1, 2, and watch out, because next up we're going to be going towards the area that is around the King Pawn, but there's an enemy down here, so they obviously do not need to live anymore. So, bop, bop, bop. I don't understand why I understand why they're all now wearing, you know, the masks because of the whole, you know, deformities to hide it, but come on. So anyway, watch out when going on into that door right there, because there's going to be a turret that's facing right at you, so you're going to have to quickly 1-2 shock it. So, and one more time just for case. And hack, hack. So, our goal was to get inside here. So, obviously we're going to go past that, right? Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to be jumping down in there for a bit. But first things first, let's go up here because we can get another type of ammunition. The armor-piercing rounds. Armor-piercing rounds do extra damage against armored targets, which means they are Big Daddy bullets. Oh boy, Big Daddy bullets. So, I decided, okay, what should I do? Well, I wanted to find the Big Daddy so then I could, you know, take him out since I have my Big Daddy bullets. But that didn't work out too well. So in the meantime, I ended up deciding, you know what? Big Daddy's probably going to want to go down that hole. So, let's jump down and reacquire the research camera back from BioShock 1. So, grab it, please. So, you got the research camera. Press... That's R2. Pretty much you take a picture of an enemy.
That thing's a miracle in Technicolor, kid. Works like a movie camera. Start the film rolling before you open fire on a splicer, and then anything you hit him with tells you more about his DNA. Let's give it a dry run, shall we?
So yes, the camera's been changed from how it was in the first game. In the first game, it required film for you to use, and it was a disposable ammo type. In this game, it actually works as a movie camera. And so what you can end up doing is, the longer you end up recording an enemy, the more damage that you can end up doing to them. There were some more changes that were done to the research in this game. For one, little sisters are no longer researchable because, you know, going around in weird positions to get the best angles of taking pictures of little girls is seen as a bad thing to, you know, some. And understandably so, it was taken out. So pretty much, just try and grab anything, and the person right out there, the moment you start recording him, he will instantly be aware to you because he's scripted.
Easy now. Looks like you got the jump on this fella. Start your camera recording him, then hit him.
So, Thuggish Splicer research bonus. Increased damage, and Thuggish Splicers are now vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds. Yes, much like in the first game, you will end up doing that and getting rewards the more you research them. So, one other thing that ends up unlocking is once you do your first research, you actually get a trophy. So, let us cut to that right now. And you get the bronze trophy, first research. Research to Splicer with the research camera. Researching in this game is done a little bit differently more in that there are 4 levels still for it. And once you end up doing it, you will get different rewards for each one. So for the Thuggish Splicer, for the first one, we ended up getting, you know, the increased damage. And that's generally what you get for most of them. You could also end up researching bodies if you want. But the thing about that is you won't get as much experience. So now let us do it onto this Leadhead Splicer. And once I shoot her in the face enough, I'll hold still. So, Thuggish Splicers are now increased damage and immune to anti-personnel rounds. Something I don't capitalize on until the next level, actually, for some odd reason. Seriously, by the end of this, I ended up with, like, full anti-personnel rounds. It was rather sad. So that's pretty much how the research is done for that. There are a few differences as well when it comes to research being done on something as, I don't know, security, for example. Security is one of the things that can be researched. You can research turrets, you can research the security cameras, and you can research the security bots. That being said, you cannot research ones that are friendly towards you. However, if a security camera calls down, you know, enemies, well, not enemies, if it detects enemies, it's on your side, and it summons down the bots, they will actually end up being researchable by you. And you can take them out if you want. If you hack them, though, it'll end up ending it faster. The faster you end up doing the hacking for it, or in this case, the researching for it, the higher your score will get. The scores range down from A+ being the highest to A, C being the lowest. So since we can't do the little sister research anymore, we have some things that are lost out to us. Remember, in the first game, when we researched the little sisters, we got increases to health and Eve. Well, that's been relegated to the big sisters in this game, so keep that in mind. One other thing to keep in mind is the level 4 for every single research will always contain a tonic. The Thuggish Splicers will give you the Scrounger tonic, which is a tonic I will be increasing in quite a bit. I love that one. Pretty much, it's a very helpful one. In fact, I get it in Pauper's drop itself. So if I can move on down at any point to the Leadhead Splicers, which I don't think I'm going to be doing, I'll be able to show off another one. So as you can see, you can end up researching multiple different types of enemies inside this game. One of the things that is different, though, is in the first game, we had different types of Big Daddies. So each one had its own research, except for in the case, you know, the elite versions being counted as the regular ones. In this game, Big Daddy is considered all its own, so there is no problem with that. So pretty much that's how researching works in this game. I'm going to be doing full research for everything in this game, so no worries. There are tonics that help boost that. But over there we have our first Power to the People station. But first we got to get this El Bandito, because I want this. And meanwhile, it's glitching out something fierce. So here's the first Power to the People station here. So let's grab it. And we can obviously, now that we have the shotgun, we can increase our clip size and our shotgun damage. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go for the rivet gun damage increase. So now I can one-shot people with heavy rivets instead of, you know, leaving them with one goddamn health. Because that is stupid. I hate that. So pretty much in this area, whenever its research is required, I recommend taking out the research camera firsthand. You can easily max out on Thuggish Splicer, Leadhead Splicer, Big Daddies, and security inside of this area. In fact, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, by the end of Pauper's drop, I will have every single one of those researched. Not Brute Splicers, unfortunately, although I did get a few instances of Brute Splicers spawning. There are a few scripted Brute Splicers in this area, but unfortunately, it's not enough to research. But here we have Camera in the Hawk, or the Mock. That is by the police security chief of Pauper's drop, saying that he wants to keep his camera safe, so he put it inside the King's Pond. That's your cue to go to the King's Pond in order to get it. Obviously, since we already skipped that and we sequence broke a little bit, I already have the camera and I've already started researching. But that's not all here. We also have Shorten Alarms, which is a very useless tonic. So, new tonic, Shorten Alarms. What sound is more ominous than a yammering security alarm? With Shorten Alarms Splice, you'll be in the clear in no time flat. Here's the thing about this tonic. If I am caught by an alarm, one question. 1, why did I get caught by an alarm and let myself get caught by an alarm? They have a huge wind-up time. Number 2, why the hell have I not hacked that camera that is yammering that alarm? These questions must be answered. And they will, later on. But first things first, all hail the little sisters. May they show us peace, and may they let me shoot this man in the back of the head. Oh, the little sisters, I didn't believe hard enough in them. Well, I got a face shot. So pretty much, let us do that again and throw a bomb at me. Not fair. Okay, this was me switching to telekinesis thinking, okay, throw another bomb, you can do that. And now we're just playing Pop Goes the Weasel. And of course she throws the bomb and I don't go for it. And there we go. That's the game of Pop Goes the Weasel. But something's telling me that person's sleeping. Now, one thing about the research camera is, generally, if the body is inanimate, it won't get researched, but sometimes it will. So as you can see the lines for it, which means Fatty Gooch with traps. It was a real trap in that one. Believe me. And meanwhile, I end up hearing more splicers. They're behind you, you idiots. Turn around! Now research them. Take pictures of them. And learn about them. And why do you keep using the heavy rivets past me? Heavy rivets have terrible recoil. They're powerful, yes, and do good on damage against Big Daddies for headshots, because one thing I haven't explained about the Rosies is they are weak to, you know, headshots. So this is arrangements.
Now, Eleanor, Mummy has to go away for a while. You shall be staying with Aunt Gracie.
Mummy, don't go.
Eleanor, you are better than that. Do you remember what I told you?
I am very special.
That's right. And what else?
I was born to change the world.
Yes. And when Mummy returns home, the world will be very different indeed. She will make it ready for you.
Why do I have the feeling she doesn't? Why do I have the feeling that I'm a better parent than her? In the meantime, that ominous sound. That's the sound of a Rosie that wants to get its ass kicked. But I think we'll deal with that next time, ladies and gentlemen.